Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, The Vedic Astrologer. My name is Rajat Kapoor. This is an interesting video because it is about the upcoming transit of Mars or Mangal. Yes, Mars is finally moving out of its debility, and on 1st of July it is entering in the sign of Leo. It is going to stay in the sign of Leo till 18th of August. And in case you're new to my channel, please subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you keep yourself up to date with all the upcoming transit videos. You would like to book a personalized consultation with me, you can check out the link to my website in the comment section and how you can reach out to me. So Mars or Mangala, which is the natural first house lord and the 8th house lord, is entering the sign of Leo on 1st of July. Mars's transit usually lasts for about 45 days. So it is an important transit for us. Why? Because this time Mars is moving out of its debility. So imagine a situation wherein you are stuck with things and limitations and you are not in a very comfortable space, and gradually you are moving towards your friend's house. Leo is a fire sign, Mars is a fiery planet. So Leo gives Mars optimum fire to recharge post debility and help a lot of people put back the energies and enthusiasm and a lot of passion as well, because this is what Mars represents. This is also an important time for Jyotish because 1st house, 5th house and the natural 8th house are making a connection. So over the course of next few weeks, a lot of people will get some interest in occult or Jyotish or start learning it. So this could be a potential time for you as well to start learning, or if you are learning it, you might do some new kind of research. So what is the message of this transit? The natural 1st lord, 8th lord moving into the natural 5th house of Leo. Leo is where the king sits. It is the seat of the king. It is the throne. Now the natural house of yourself, your overall personality, your body, immunity and who you are is now entering a futuristic sign. Leo is very futuristic. It is all about the coming time. It is a positional sign. The message is to have a great future. It is time to secure your position. It is time to make your presence felt across communities, across people, across your network, which can also help in the transformational journey of people. This is all firepower and the energy for the future. Mars during this transit is going to aspect 3 signs. Mars has a 7th aspect, which is the aspect of desire, but that is only mere 50%. Mars's 100% aspect is the special aspect, which is 4th from its position and 8th from its position. Mars during this transit will aspect the sign of Scorpio, the sign of Aquarius, where Mars will be in mutual aspect with Saturn during this transit, and it will also aspect the sign of Pisces. Mars's 4th aspect, I have mentioned this in my previous video as well, is all about protection. Who is going to be protected? And its 8th aspect is all about where this protection is going to come from. So the message from a transit perspective is that Scorpio is being protected. Your transformation, sudden change, ups and downs. Scorpio is a karmic sign. It is all about deep dark waters. So the overall transformation and sudden change is being protected, and this protection is coming from the sign of Pisces, the very pure sign of Pisces, which is about spirituality, which is about giving away. So an excellent time to make donations, help those who are in need, and Pisces is also about your self-consciousness. So your transformation will be protected by your self-consciousness. Now during this transit, Mars is going to be aspected by Saturn. The mutual aspect, there is a war situation that is going on in the world. It could intensify during this transit over the next 45 days. Some very unexpected events can happen. But Jupiter's aspect is extremely supportive because it is the aspect of knowledge. It is 100% and a 5th aspect, which is a special aspect of Jupiter, which will ensure that the right decisions are made, which will ensure that passion, energy and knowledge really goes hand in hand. So it might give some sort of sensibility to the leaders, to people who are involved in such decisions. Towards the end of the transit, we can see some peaceful situation as well, thankfully. Now this is also a time, Mars is a fiery planet, Leo is a fiery sign. The heat will intensify. Temperatures are naturally going to rise over the next few weeks, but there could be some land and fire related incidents, particularly our forest. So we need to be careful. We need to ensure that we are protective of our surroundings and we take care of our environment. That is very important. So also understand the nakshatras Mars is going to be making a transit in. On 1st of July, Mars will transit in Magha Nakshatra and it is going to stay in Magha Nakshatra till 22nd of July. Magha Nakshatra is ruled by Ketu. This is when the Scorpio energies will be pretty much high, and wherever the sign of Scorpio is in your chart is likely to deliver positive results. From 22nd of July till 13th of August, Mars is going to be transiting Purva Falguni Nakshatra, which is ruled by Venus. During this time, wherever the sign of Pisces is going to witness some sort of positive results. And 13th August onwards, Mars is going to transit Uttara Falguni Nakshatra and is going to stay in Uttara Falguni Nakshatra till 3rd of September. Uttara Falguni is ruled by Sun. So during this time, wherever the sign of Aries is in your chart is going to deliver positive results, because these are the signs where Ketu, Venus and Sun get exalted respectively. So before we move on to how this transit is going to affect various ascendant signs, important points to consider: who is going to be impacted the most by this transit. If you are running a Mahadasha, Antardasha or Pratantardasha where Mars is connected or Saturn is connected or Jupiter is connected, because they have a Sambandha by aspect during this transit, so you are likely to be impacted by this transit. If you have significant planets in the sign of Leo and any connection of the Mahadasha, or even if Sun is connected to your Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratantardasha, then you are likely to be impacted by this transit. If you've got prominent planets in the sign of Leo, in the sign of Aquarius, in the sign of Scorpio or in the sign of Pisces, then you're likely to be impacted by this transit. Overall, it is an important transit for us because the energy levels are going to be absolutely high over the next 45 days. So you need to make the most of it. You need to channelize your firepower, your energy in the right direction towards your future. Now let's talk about all the 12 ascendant signs. We'll start with Aries ascendant. For Aries ascendant, Mars becomes the Lagna Lord. It rules the first house and the 8th house. It is making a transit in the 5th house. The ruler of yourself, your body, your personality, immunity, your strength, and the ruler of transformation, sudden changes, is now making a transit in the house of future. From here, Mars is going to aspect the 8th house, 11th house and the 12th house. What does Mars desire? Mars desires gains. Now these gains are through transformation and also your ability to give what you can to others, to increase your self-consciousness. It is a very important transit for Aries ascendants and a positive one, because Mars here creates a yoga for positional success, for rise in your overall life. There needs to be a forward-looking thinking that Aries ascendants needs to develop during this time. There could also be some interest in occult, mysticism, Jyotish or other hidden knowledges. Jupiter's aspect on Mars is quite positive during this transit, which is also your 9th lord. So this can indicate that there is some support of Bhagya or fortune as well. During this transit, your 8th house, 12th house and 1st house are going to demonstrate positive results. This means that transformation is quite positive for your own self, so that you develop your self-consciousness, your deep awareness about your own self, and help a lot of people along the way. Overall, a positive transit, and I wish you the very best. Now let's talk about Taurus ascendants. For Taurus, Mars becomes the ruler of the 12th house and the 7th house, and now it is making a transit in the 4th house. The ruler of your self-consciousness, your sleep, the ability to give away, and also the ruler of partnership, marriage, harmony, those people who are opposite to you, is making a transit in an important house, which is the 4th house. We see happiness, comforts from the 4th house, mother from the 4th house, everything that makes you feel content, your safe space from the 4th house. Also see lands from the 4th house, and Mars is the Karaka for lands. During this transit, Mars is going to aspect the 7th house, 10th house and the 11th house. Mars desires action in terms of work. How? Through your partnership, through the support of your partner, putting harmony in your life. That should be the sole purpose. which can help you get some gains. The more you give to your partner or your spouse, the more you're likely to get during this time. From a transit perspective, this indicates a shift, some sort of movement. So if you're looking for a permanent foreign settlement, or if you have plans to shift your place, change your residence, or even countries, this could be a favorable time. There needs to be some focus on your mother's health in case the Tasha is not supportive. So make sure that you stay in contact with your mother. If there are important decisions related to real estate, house, buying and selling, this can be an optimum time for you to make certain choices, make certain decisions, or get into similar transactions if the dasha is indicating it. The big message of the transit for Taurus is to put your energy and your enthusiasm, your passion in what makes you feel content, what makes you feel happy, your safe space. It's okay for the time being to not be very expansive, but looking at small little things which can really bring happiness, and stay grounded. Practice humility. During this transit, your 7th house, 11th house and the 12th house are likely to deliver positive results, which means that there is a tremendous focus on harmony, your married life or your partnership, so that you can gain. And once you gain, make sure that you give it back to people. You need to focus on raising your self-awareness during this time. That could be important for you. Overall, I would say it is a positive transit, and I wish you the very best. Now let's talk about Gemini ascendants. For Gemini, Mars becomes the ruler of the 6th house and the 11th house, and this Mars is making a transit in the 3rd house. The ruler of competition, gains, your daily routine, job, as well as your overall network is making a transit in the house of efforts, house of communication. This is where we see change from as well. Also the house of siblings. From here, Mars is going to aspect the 6th house, 9th house and the 10th house. Mars desires fortune. Mars desires dharma. Mars desires you to follow the path of righteousness and make that as a daily routine. Focus on fixing your daily routine, which can give you workplace success. Now Mars is generally considered good in the 3rd house because it is also the Karaka for the 3rd house. So there is a great opportunity for Gemini ascendants that you put little efforts in something, you can get massive results. You keep putting some efforts, you will get more results. You're also likely to face competition, but then be successful in competitive activities, whether it is at your workplace or you appear in a competitive examination. Now, if the dasha is supportive, there is likely some new kind of work assignment which could be very different for you, which might trigger some interest. So this could be a progressive time if your dasha antardasha is supportive. Now one remedy for Gemini ascendants is to work out. Work out using your hands. So either you do yoga, you lift weights in the gym, so any exercise or anything where you use your hands. It could be writing as well, putting your energy and passion in writing. This can be extremely beneficial for you during this time. In this transit, your 6th house, your 10th house and the 11th house are likely to deliver positive results. So a lot of focus on fixing your daily routine. If you do that, workplace success and gains are likely to follow. It is an important transit, and I would say it is a positive transit as well, because the efforts are being supported by Jupiter by aspect. I wish you the very best. Now let's talk about Cancer ascendants. For Cancer ascendants, Mars becomes the ruler of the 5th house and the 10th house, and it is making a transit in the 2nd house. Mars is a Yoga Karaka for Cancer ascendants, rules 2 important houses. It is the house of your future, children, positional status, Rajya or kingdom, and also work, profession, your karma, your actions in the society is making a transit in the 2nd house of your family, where you feed yourself, who you like to protect, and also your speech. Mars during this transit is going to aspect your 5th house, 8th house and the 9th house. It desires transformation for making some decisions in future, better decisions which can give you some sort of higher learning. So that could be the focus for the next few weeks. It definitely is a Dhan Yoga in transit. However, you need to be careful and mindful of your speech and what you talk don't end up creating any kind of a conflict situation for yourself where you are to be blamed, because it might arise due to your aggressive speech. Practice meditation, stay calm. This time period can also bring some sudden change, so it's okay to be prepared from a mental perspective. And you also need to watch out your health. So it might be a possibility that you may go for a regular health checkup. If it is not due, you can take this opportunity just to make sure that everything is okay. This is a good time for Cancer ascendants to create a secondary source of income. If not, then focus on long-term investment, savings that could secure your future. You also need to be careful of what you eat and take care of your gut, your stomach, or the digestive system. During this transit, your 5th house, 9th house and 10th house are likely to deliver positive results. So with a bit of a struggle, uncertainty, it is about future planning. It is about making yourself fortunate to get some good work in the near future. Overall, it is a mixed transit and I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Leo ascendants. For Leo ascendants, Mars rules the 4th house and the 9th house, and it is making a transit in your ascendant itself. Mars is also a Yoga Karaka planet for Leo ascendants. It also becomes the Bhadakesh. Now, Bhadak is something which will depend on the natal placement of Mars and how it is going to deliver. So, if it is well placed, it is a Yoga Karaka for you. It is an extremely important transit. Mars is coming in your ascendant in the 1st house, which is yourself, your overall health, your physique, your body, and how you act. Here, Mars is going to aspect the 4th house, 7th house and the 8th house. Desires harmony in marriage, in partnership, or in getting married for your happiness, protecting something which makes you feel happy, which makes you feel content. So that could be the focus of the hour. It is a yoga in transit and a great opportunity to put your energy and passion and commitment into your own self, your own transformational journey. So you got to channelize it well. I would recommend to practice yoga or do any kind of workout to really help you channelize the fire appropriately. One remedy is also to have plenty of water. Stay hydrated during this time. There is also a passion and opportunity for higher learning, and more than higher learning, it can also be about teaching others, those who are in consulting like profession, or if you would like to consult others, this could be a potentially favorable time for you because people will listen to you. You will speak with conviction. There could also be some connection with your homeland or your mother that will always be beneficial for you, so make use of that. During this transit, your 4th house, 8th house and 9th house are likely to deliver positive results. So it is about happiness, satisfaction through transformation and higher learning, which you were to focus on. Overall, I would say it is an important and a positive transit for Leo ascendants. I wish you the very best. Now let's talk about Virgo ascendants. For Virgo ascendants, Mars becomes the ruler of the 3rd house and the 8th house. It is making a transit in the 12th house. Not one of the best grahas for Virgo ascendants, but again an important planet because it rules the house of efforts. It also rules the house of transformation, and it is making a transit in the house of giving, your self-consciousness, the house of losses. It is a Viparit yoga that Mars is creating, which means that there is rise which is there, but after a significant fall. Mars during this transit is going to aspect your 3rd house, 6th house and the 7th house, which means it desires you to fix your daily routine through your efforts, putting back and protecting your efforts, making sure that you communicate, you fix your daily routine, and partner support is going to be very important during this transit. So if you're married, your wife or your husband is going to be extremely supportive during this time. If you undergo a change, it might sound a bit unpleasant initially, but then you need to look at the pros and cons. You need to be receptive towards this change. Spirituality is the key, increasing your self-awareness is the key, being self-conscious is the key during this time. So put your energies in the right direction. Be flexible. Also have a good night's sleep. This can also be a focus of the hour, because if you get good sleep, you will be energized through the day, else you would feel a bit drained out. Focus on helping others, giving others what you can in forms of donation or in form of any kind of help. During this transit, your 3rd house, 7th house and 8th house are likely to deliver positive results. So efforts will pay, but it might take a bit longer than usual. and you're likely to transform by the help of your partner, by the help of your spouse. You will transform, and this can potentially bring harmony in your life. Overall, it is a mixed transit, and I wish you the very best. Now, let's talk about Libra ascendants. For Libra ascendants, Mars becomes the ruler of the 2nd house and the 7th house, and it is making a transit in the 11th house. It is an important transit. This is creating a Dhan Yoga in the transit, because this is the ruler of your wealth, savings, income and possessions, money, and where you feed yourself, and also the ruler of your marriage, partnership, business, and is making a transit in the house of gains, the 11th house. From here, Mars is going to aspect the 2nd house, 5th house and the 6th house. What does Mars desire during this transit? It desires you to focus on your future income, savings and investment, and make that a daily routine. This is also a time which can be potentially favorable for gains through business or some sort of gains through your partner as well, or if you are in a partnership. This time period can bring in some incremental changes for you, which could be positive, but then you are likely to face a lot of competition, you're likely to face a lot of opposition. So you need to maintain your energy and your passion and make wise decisions. Don't be reactive. One thing that you need to be mindful of is overreacting or putting out your emotions out in the public or in social media platforms or channels. For those who are looking to get married, this also creates some sort of a favorable marital yoga as well, in case your dasha is supportive. And again, from a gains perspective as well, it would primarily depend on the dasha that needs to be supported, most importantly. This is really a time for Libra ascendants to move out of your shell, go out in the open, network, build your connections, because you are going to be benefited by the power of your network. During this transit, your 2nd house, 5th house and 6th house are likely to deliver positive results, which means it is a good time period for any kind of wealth for your future. And you also need to consider giving it back. This time period demands some sort of intelligent thought process. Put your thoughts into wise actions, and just by the virtue of that, avoid any kind of overreaction. Overall, I feel it is a good transit for Libra ascendants, and I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Scorpio ascendants. For Scorpio ascendants, Mars becomes the ruler of the ascendant and the 6th house, and it is making a transit in the 10th house, a very important Kendra. This is your Lagna Lord, your ascendant Lord, who rules yourself, your body, your immunity, and also the Lord for your 6th house, which is the daily routine, your job, competition, and what you do on a day-to-day basis. This is also the ruler for health issues and debts. From the 10th house, Mars is going to aspect the 1st house, which is your ascendant, 4th house and the 5th house. Mars desires happiness, peace of mind during this transit. How? By putting a lot of focus on your own self. Self-care is needed during this time to help you create a better and a secure future. So take every opportunity to pamper yourself and take care of yourself. Now, Mars gains directional strength in the 10th house. It is Digbali, which means there are blessings of the Digpala Devata. Now, these blessings can really manifest for a good future, the good future that holds in good workplace or the kind of job that you'd like to do. You're likely to focus a lot on yourself and become a stronger person, which will resonate in your action. It is time to break the monotony, because if you break the monotony, you change your routine, you can get some success and rise in your career or at your workplace during this time. One thing that you need to be mindful of is to stay grounded, practice humility with the people that you work with, and take control of your ego. So while working, you really need to know your purpose, understand your duties, and fulfill by 100% commitment. And in order to drive you in the right direction, you need a lot of passion. So you would need to love your job. Even if you were going through some hardships, this is the time to develop some kind of interest momentarily for the time being. Start loving your work. Be passionate about what you do. In this transit, your 1st house, 4th house and 5th house are going to deliver positive results, which is all about yourself, your happiness, and your future, what makes you feel content, and how you're going to build a better future for yourself. Overall, it is an important and a positive transit. I wish you the very best, and may this transit bring opportunities for you. Let's now talk about Sagittarius ascendants. For Sagittarius ascendants, Mars becomes the ruler of the 5th house and the 12th house, and it is making a transit in the 9th house. Mars is an important planet for Sagittarius ascendants. It rules the house of future, children, speculation, your progress and rise in what you do, and also your self-consciousness, what you give away, losses, spirituality, and it is making a transit in the house of dharma, the house of fortune, father, long distance travel. From here, Mars is aspecting the 12th house, the 3rd house, and the 4th house. Mars desires effort during this time. Effort by also developing your self-consciousness, your deep inner awareness, which will help you work towards your satisfaction by achieving some of your goals. The key message of this transit for you is higher learning, spirituality, and also long distance travel. If you go on a journey, that can bring some sort of happiness, and it will bring some positive energies in you. Since it's your 12th lord making a transit in the 9th house, some sort of foreign connections or favors from foreigners you can get, or those who are looking forward to settling abroad, making a move, traveling to a foreign land, or applying for a permanent residency. This could be potentially a favorable time if your dasha is supportive. One thing that you should do during this time is pick up a course, upskill yourself, go for higher learning, something that you've not thought of in the past, and you can be potentially successful in this venture. Getting some advice from a mentor or a guru, or having a guru at this time, could be potentially favorable, because this will always benefit you to make some good decisions for your future. Take some advice, there is no harm. Overall, I say it is a positive transit, and during this transit, your 12th house, 3rd house, and 4th house is likely to deliver positive results, which means this is time for giving away so that it brings some positive change. Make donations, help people, because it will bring a positive change and it will bring a sense of satisfaction and happiness in your life. Important and a positive transit. I wish you the very best. Now let's talk about Capricorn ascendants. For Capricorn ascendants, Mars becomes the ruler of the 4th house and the 11th house, and is making a transit in the 8th house, the ruler of the house of satisfaction, where you feel most safe and comfortable, your mother, and also the house of gains, your social network, the material things in life, is making a transit in the house of transformation, which is the 8th house, change. We also see occult and hidden knowledge from the 8th house. From here, Mars is going to aspect the 11th house, 2nd house, and the 3rd house. Mars desires a lot of focus on wealth related matters, family related matters, and gains could flow accordingly if you put your focus here. And this will also require a lot of efforts, so you would need to put efforts for these gains. Capricorn ascendants during this time can develop some sort of interest in occult sciences such as astrology or Jyotish or any such hidden knowledge. You need to also devote a lot of your time in research, which could potentially benefit you. For this, you would need to educate yourself in the right way of doing this research. This time period can bring some sort of a change that is related to sudden ups or downs in life. So be mentally prepared for it. Whether it will be a positive change or not would really depend on your ongoing Mahadasha or Antardasha, but this could be a sudden shift, something that you were not expecting. So you might think that this change is unpleasant. Cope up with this time. Take your own time in terms of understanding all the factors that are associated with this situation. Keeping calm and staying relaxed is the key. Practice meditation. Do yoga as well. Try to stay as active as you can. Also drink plenty of water and keep yourself hydrated. If there are some gains that you're expecting from an inheritance, this could potentially be a beneficial time for it. During this transit, your 11th house, 2nd house and 3rd house are likely to deliver positive results. So gains and income are being supportive, but you will have to put some extra efforts in order to do that. Overall, it is a mixed transit and I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Aquarius ascendants. For Aquarius ascendants, Mars becomes the ruler of the 3rd house and the 10th house, and it is making a transit in the 7th house, the ruler of your efforts, communication, any change, and also work, karma, your actions in the society, your profession and your job is making a transit in your 7th house of marriage, partnership, harmony. From here, Mars is going to aspect the 10th house, 1st house and the 2nd house, which means the desire is to give yourself energy, bring a change in yourself so that you can perform better at your workplace and have some gains towards the end that could secure your future. And also focusing on family. Family could be extremely supportive during this time. Your spouse could be extremely supportive during this time, because Mars is Maran Karaka in the 7th house during this transit. If you are into some kind of business, the prospects look bright. This time period can bring some new opportunities related to your business, but it will require more efforts, or I would say extra efforts. You will also see some results of your past efforts during this time, which you thought are of no use, but then you will see the outcome, you will see the fruits. Accepting a change, a transformation is good for you, and you will start to getting into this phase during this transit. Work out every day, meditate as you can. These are the good remedies for Aquarius ascendants during this transit. Your 10th house, 1st house and 2nd house are likely to see positive results, which means it is all about work. It is all about yourself, your family and your income. Make wise decisions, put your energies into savings and investment for a better future. Overall, it is a good transit for Aquarius ascendants, but it comes with certain conditions that you have to really cope up with this change. I wish you the very best. Now let's talk about Pisces ascendants. For Pisces ascendants, Mars rules the 2nd house and the 9th house, and it is making a transit in the 6th house, the ruler of your family, wealth, income, possessions, and also the ruler of dharma, fortune. Mars plays a very important role in wealth related matters for Pisces ascendants, and it is making a transit in the 6th house of daily routine, of competition, debts, health conditions. And from here, Mars is going to aspect the 9th house, the 12th house and the 1st house. Mars desires you to give during this time. Focus on donations, charity for your better future. You are also required to protect your dharma, protect your lineage, spread that kind of message for protection of your own dharma. If your work demands some kind of loan, or if you are about to make some transaction, this can be potentially beneficial for you depending on other conditions in your chart and if you're going through a favorable dasha. This time period will certainly require some more efforts in your daily routine, in your daily life, to fix some of the things for a greater good. This may look challenging for time being. You might feel in a state of confusion as well, with lack of clarity in terms of what's happening in the near future, but you need to stay resilient. One thing that you can also do is declutter, clean up your house, remove some of the things which are not in use or give it away. This will bring some sort of positive energy in your own self. That is essential for your growth, and for your growth you need to make good decisions. You can be in a situation as well where you have to make a decision by force. So make the use of that opportunity, because this is for a good change in the long run. During this transit, your 9th house, 12th house and the 1st house are likely to deliver positive results, which means it is all about fortune, dharma, and this is something which you need to protect. This is something which you need to take care of, because it will help you as a person. It will give you some strength to cope up with certain challenges in life. And self-pampering and self-care is also the key. So make sure you make use of it. Overall, it is a mixed transit and I wish you the very best. So this was about Mars or Mangal and its important transit in the sign of Leo. Once again, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, hit the bell icon, and you can see the link to my website in the comment section if you wish to book a personalized consultation with me. I hope Mangal's transit or Mars transit brings a lot of auspiciousness and energy in anything that we do in life. The fire needs to be channelized in a positive direction for the future. This is the key message. God bless you all and thank you very much.